I had to take my hair down. You knew it was going to be the first thing I said. Guys, during sound check, which we do an in-depth sound check because we care about the audio quality. Not so much the content, but the audio quality.
It's there.
Exists. And Ashley, during sound check, the last word she said before we hit record, lights, camera, action, her last words were, I had to take my hair down because I looked like a colonial man if ball caps were in style back then. Hey guys, welcome to Cold Hands, Warm Hearts, Colonial Men.
Edition. I mean, it was true.
Hello, one and all. Welcome to Cold Hands, Warm Hearts, where we wear powdered wigs to hide our syphilis. That's why they wore them.
I know.
Because their hair fell out and they developed sores.
Yeah.
Hey guys, welcome to Cold Hands, Warm Hearts. I'm Brandon Birdwell. I'm one half of the Cold Hands, Warm Hearts podcasting duo.
Hi, guys. I'm Ashley Engle. I'm the other half. Welcome to episode 102.
Colonial medicine.
Listen.
We've come a long way, baby.
Thank goodness.
2024.
A long way.
Apply the leeches. Bloodletting at 2 p.m. Daylight savings hasn't been invented yet.
How's everybody?
Pretty great.
You hanging in there?
Well.
Hope so.
Trying. Here's the thing, guys. When presented with Alistair P. Woodenteeth.
Oh, good one.
I don't know.
Yeah. I'm Abigail.
Abigail Bustlebottom. Heir to the Abigail Bustlebottom corset fortune. Oh, of the Connecticut Bustlebottoms?
Corset Fortune.
Corset Fortune.
It's a great band name.
It's a great band name. Oh, first on and first off the Mayflower.
Wow.
The Liberty Bell's not the only crack in town. Oh my goodness. Please,
guys,
untie me. Declaration of Independence.
Listen, I feel like Brandon's already off the rails because I came in here a little stressed today. Had some stuff on my mind. We had a little counseling sesh.
Yeah.
Pre-record. And I feel like now he's just particularly unhinged, which I appreciate. Because as we've said before, forget colonial medicine. Laughter's the best medicine.
Listen, and we today,
Laughter's the best medicine.
We just real quick, fast trauma bonded. And now, here's how guys, here's my toxic trait. No, sorry, let me rephrase. Here's one of my many toxic traits.
Good, thank you.
If I feel like a person is like sad or like rather overwhelmed, sure, needs a talking to. Yeah. Rather than help, I just start doing voices.
Accents galore.
Well, you're having a difficult day.
And here's the infuriating thing. It works.
Guys.
Somehow it works.
That's our time. That'll be $250.
Okay. No.
Venmo me.
Okay.
For my services.
Guys, it's the last week of school.
Guys.
4 days left, including today. We're in the thick of it, and that's why I needed a counseling session. Just all the things this week. Guys, stuff getting turned in.
The way I ate this weekend, I'm in the thick of it right now.
Same.
I'm bustle bottom.
So
guys,
many tips.
I need a corset fortune to rein this. Oh, I don't think you're ready for this jelly, guys. Anyway, sorry, back to school.
No, that's it. We're in the thick of it. I'm trying to find library books. I'm trying to wash uniforms for various activities. We've got finals. You know, I feel like I know all the capitals of the Southwest region of the U.S.
Do them now.
Committed to memory.
Do them now.
Ask me one. Not Southwest, Southeast.
Okay. Florida.
Tallahassee.
It's not Florida City.
No.
Alabama.
Montgomery.
It's not Alabama City.
Nope.
Vermont. I know it's not the region, but I like to say this one.
Montpellier.
Montpellier. Montpellier.
That's it.
Yeah.
So we're just doing it all. And here Benny is graduating from 5th grade.
No one graduates from 5th grade.
I bet he has all the things this week. Ceremonies.
It's clap out.
Clap out?
I'm going to just go clap at some kids.
Do it.
Clap back.
Clap back at some kids.
Some kids, I've been on the message boards, and they've been out here.
They've been out here.
Saying that I'm not bussing. Clap back.
Dare they?
Back to school with you, Mason.
Let me ask you this. Do you think you'll get emotional at the clap out?
No, because I think a clap out is dumb.
Oh.
But let me humanize myself again.
I can make sound effects while you're speaking if I want. With my mouth.
It's true. Mouth sounds. If a clap out to me, like, unless I get to make an arm tunnel with another beleaguered father.
Yeah.
Then I'm not here. I'm going to make a bomb. I actually have been working on a balloon arch in the garage that I'm going to lug down there.
Okay, that would be the most out of character thing for you
Party
to do.
Galaxy was out of all the colors, so it's just a brown balloon arch. So I'm coming down there with a brown balloon arch that said, "Did it. You guys made it.
Congrats, kids."
Congrats, kid. Here's a brown balloon arch.
Listen.
Life gets fine. Life's okay. It doesn't get easier.
Cherish this day.
It doesn't get easier because here's the thing, guys. When you show up to day one of your first job, when you win salesman of the quarter, they don't make a balloon arch for you.
No,
you know what they give you?
One.
They give you a piece of paper that says you did it. But I made a brown balloon arch, is what I'm saying.
Okay.
I will not get emotional at the clap out.
Did you get emotional at the clap in?
I didn't go to that. Oh. I don't know what that is. But here's what I will say.
Kindergarten clap-in. That's why they bookend it.
Could you let me redeem myself for like 2 seconds?
It's impossible, but try.
I know, but nothing is impossible.
Try.
Today was one of. So I've been trying to be very cognizant of the fact that every time I walk Benny to school right now is like one day fewer that I will ever do that because he's moving schools. Yeah. So our neighborhood backs right up to the school. So
pretty great.
I make it it really is, and it's going to change next year for the worse. No brown balloon arches here. No. But I've been making it a point to like take in those moments and be like very present with them. And so today I got a little, I wouldn't say weepy, but I got a little emotional dropping him off at school today. Cause it's like, there's only like after today, like three more days that I'm doing it.
We're going to check back in with you next week. I bet you might do a little tear on Thursday.
You're going to come in here and I'm just going to be like curled up with my brown balloon arch, just weeping.
Yes. It's a big deal. Elementary to middle school is a big jump.
It is.
Especially here where we live because it's just such a, although Benny's school's pretty big.
It's big and it's close. Like it's not, it's right. It's just a, I think it's more of a mental, I think he's like, whatever.
I think he's ready.
For me, I'm just like, I remember being an elementary school kid, but I really remember being a middle school kid. Yeah. So I feel like
it's very formative.
It's like when you're like turning into a real life person.
Yeah. It's a big transition for sure. It is super weird. Well, it's going to be a good thing. I think Ben's ready as well. I think he's going to enjoy it immensely. I think what he's going to like about it is the additional opportunities to find his people, to find his interests.
Sure.
You know, it's just kind of just a chance to become more.
He's funny. He's a pretty, I would say he's a more like realized personality than I was at his age. Like he knows who he is. He knows what he likes. He knows what he's about.
Yeah, he does.
I knew what I was. Like. I was about crunch bars.
Yeah.
And trying to fit in and trying to fit in my jeans. And guys,
I wasn't good at any of it.
And guys, busting out. Sitting here on the outskirts.
No, he was not.
Trying to talk to Courtney Fremont. Nope.
Hi, Courtney.
Sweating. Okay, Courtney, you're pretty. You're pretty. You in a crunch bar? You just split a crunch bar in the all-purpose room?
Listen.
Courtney, check out this Snapple. I can make this.
And that's when you fell.
I can make this Snapple lid real loud. But then I slipped and I made the Snapple bottle real loud on the floor. What? These janitors. You get crazy with their mouths.
Listen.
Anyway.
Oh, so much is happening, but I can't. And I'm sure if you went back to our podcast from this time last year,
You won't.
possibly the year before. No, not the year before, because we started in June the first year.
Guys, we've been doing this for 14 years.
If you went back to the podcast from this time last year, I'm sure I would have said, I have never been more ready for a school year to end.
But
I feel like I've never been more ready for a school year to end.
I thought that was going a different direction. I thought you were like, no, I just don't want time to pass.
No, I'm ready.
I want to stay in this moment forever.
I'm
Nope.
ready.
I'm ready.
My friend Emily, hi Emily, sent me a meme the other day that said, I'm so ready to not have to wake up for school anymore. And I don't even go to it.
Yeah, right. I'm sitting here being like, summer's coming. I don't get summer.
You don't get
I
summer.
don't, but I'll tell you what, I'm talking about it.
Yeah, you are. Because will your life, and now because you're a parent, but will your life not always feel slightly dictated by the academic calendar?
Yes.
Even after Benny graduates and moves out, will you not still feel that end of the year in May and the beginning excitement of the year in August?
I still wake up. I still have school dreams.
Yeah.
I have dreams that
Same.
I think we've talked about this, but where I realized in my dream that they just one day woke up and were like, oh, this guy doesn't have nearly enough credit hours to have graduated. And then they take everything.
Even still,
Yeah.
they call 41-year-old Brandon
Still.
and they're like, your diploma's invalid.
Hey, bud. Can I tell you something?
You got to come back.
You got to come back and Billy Madison this thing. Because you, sir, just right through the cracks.
Fell through the cracks.
You, sir, are an idiot. And somehow we missed it.
2 degrees worth.
2 degrees worth of dumb. You've got a master's in being a dummy.
2 degrees worth of dumb.
Brandon Birdwell, master of dumb administration.
Stop it.
MD. Hey, and I had this conversation with dear friend and listener of the pod, Robert.
Dear.
And he said the same thing. He's like, I have that same,
What does that mean?
that that nothing is real.
My big dreams, it's the Matrix, is what you're
It
saying.
really
We
is.
took the wrong pill.
I just saw a black cat go by 3 times.
Oh.
There's a glitch.
Goodness.
Deja vu.
Or else your neighbor just had kittens. My dream is I either show up for an end of the year performance, like
Okay.
a play,
Oh, when you haven't rehearsed your
dance
lines.
recital?
You don't have your line.
No, but I'm so excited. Like on the way, I'm like, this is gonna be great. And the curtain rises.
Lights, camera, action.
Nothing.
A derp.
Nothing. What is that?
The overture starts. Overture. Ashley and 2, 3, 4. Can't curtain up.
Don't make me sing.
Guys.
I
'Twas the best of times and the worst of times.
da 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 da.
Madam, this is Charlotte's Web. You're doing Tale of Two Cities.
Charlotte.
The fairs up. That was my part.
I know.
Templeton the Rat.
Get the hook, and
Get
then they
the-
just pull me off.
And then the guy from the Apollo comes with the
broom.
Get him out of here.
That's it. That dream, or I show up the end of the year. It's always a math class. It's always algebra.
You want to dig into that?
Always.
You want to dig into why we're really feeling it about math?
Math. I show up on the last day of class, and they say, "You haven't been here
Yeah.
one single day of this whole year.
Yeah.
What makes you think you can pass this class?" And I realize, oh, you know what? I haven't.
Also, I haven't learned any of my lines. Guys,
I don't
I'm
know. What does that mean?
ill prepared.
Sure,
I'm
on the surface, but there's
Understaffed.
got to be more.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. Guys,
What?
I think that I have the same, but there was an actual class
Yeah.
in college. This is a low point. I'm sorry, Crindy and Harry. This is the semester
Do they know
before I
this?
said, guys, I'm going to take some time
I'm going to take a gap year.
because I'm not doing great
Right.
with it.
Yeah.
And so there was a history class
Okay.
that they had class and then they had breakout sessions every Friday where you were to show up, and there were small groups and there were TAs that taught the breakout sessions and you got credit for showing up to those. Now, my person that taught my breakout sessions was the professor,
Oh no.
and I never went once. And it was a group of like 4. And so at the end of the semester, I had a D. And I went into his office, the audacity of 19-year-old me. I went into his office to try to share Horowitz my way into a better grade.
Cher Horowitz.
You're welcome for that reference.
They were just jumping off points for negotiation.
That's where I was at mentally. I was like, I got this.
Yeah.
And I puffed up my chest and
Brandon Birdwell.
I'm Barnton Beefwell and I'm going to get a grade. And I went in there and I was like, in my head, I was like, Crindy might be able to stomach a C. She will not abide a D.
No.
So I went in and I was like, sir, I am so sorry. I am sitting at a D right now. Mm-hmm. What can I do to get this up to a C? Yeah. He looked me dead in the face and his response was, the thing is, I don't know who you are. Legitimately said that to me.
I've never seen you before.
And it shut me down so fast. I went, okay, bye.
Just moonwalk out.
Didn't even, okay, I'll see myself out.
I'll do myself out.
Dude.
So dumb.
No, it's really good. If I'd have said that, he might have been like, you know what? Pretty good.
69.5 for you.
Welcome to the C Club, my friend.
Listen.
But just, it was like, if he would have said anything else,
yeah,
I could have tried to keep the conversation going.
Because you can.
But
you can argue.
The way he said it was like it was as though he had popped my entire brown balloon arch all over that
Just
history
so
classroom.
Deadpan. Who are you? It's amazing.
She doesn't even go here.
She doesn't even go here. Did you have to retake that class?
No, I got a D.
Oh.
And you know what starts with D? Degree. Guys.
Wow.
I will say, here's the thing, just to redeem myself.
Please redeem.
My grade point average that semester, bad.
Yeah.
Every semester henceforth, after my gap year, after my G year, after my D.
Yes.
Good.
Yeah. And you went on to get your master's in business administration.
And being a dummy, and they're going to take it back any day now.
Stop it.
I hope they don't play this at the Spears School of Business at Oklahoma State University.
But I don't they won't. But I don't
No one will.
think.
No, I know you don't.
Okay.
And here's the thing.
I don't think that a lot of people, I think a lot of people can identify with that, actually. Not me, but I think a lot of people,
not actually,
I'm a grade jockey, guys.
Stress is so hard her eyelashes fall out.
That happened to me.
Yeah, not me.
That happened to me.
Not me.
You
were the person who dreaded being put in a group project with me.
1,000%. 1,000%. I was the person.
I heard this yesterday, and this is what I'm going to write in your obituary when I 100% outlive you, is your final quote, and this is what I want you to say, is I want you to say, when I die, I want everyone I ever did a group project with to lower me into my grave so they can let me down one last time.
That's it. I hate group projects.
Yeah.
Hate them.
Love them.
Hate them.
Love them.
The worst. And I was the person in that discussion group. Had I been in that discussion group, I would have been the first person there.
Brandon's not coming to this class.
No, I might have made an effort to reach out to you and been like, hey, man.
You good?
Hi, first of all, I don't know you.
Yeah.
I'm Ashley.
We've never met. And I'd say, excuse me, I'm in the middle of an epic 16-man game of Halo right now. And I lost track of time. But I'll tell you what.
Every week.
But I'm on a real solid killing spree with this rocket launcher.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm glad you called. And here's why. Could I use your notes? You've taken diligently, I'm sure.
Oh, so diligent.
I have no
color-coded.
I have no problem taking the back of my hand and sweeping your excess eyelashes off of the notes when you loan them to me. That's fine. But can I borrow them? Briefly.
And at first I might have been like, okay.
Because you're a very nice person.
But then by the end of the semester, I'd have been like, no.
You'd have been mad whenever I show up and you make a 90 on the test and I make a 91.
91. And still have all your eyelashes intact.
Yeah. I grew some.
I might key your car on the way out.
I
might slash your tires on the way out.
I have the most confident eyelashes you've ever seen. My eyelashes are brimming with self-assuredness.
Totally.
Holding on, cliffhanger style.
I've often thought that. Your lashes.
Listen, here's the thing. I tried to bat him at the professor and it didn't work.
Didn't work at all.
He wasn't having it because he said, I don't know who is under those eyelashes. Yes, you're handsome. Yes, you have a glint in your eye that I'm curious about. Yes, you're built like a brick house. You resemble somebody. Who is it? Rhymes with pine panels. You look like a Marvel man. You smell like
Musky.
mochas.
Mochas.
You sir, have it. You're just a vision, but I don't know you.
I don't know you.
And I'll tell you this:
Do yourself out.
your history.
Listen, it's the best story ever. And I wish I had one like it, but I don't.
Yes, it's the same way you came in.
But I still have nightmares about it.
No, yeah, the exit's the same as you came in. Right under that brown balloon arch over there. Just go right on through.
I'll clap for you.
Your future's waiting on the other side. I'll clap you out of this last second plea deal you tried to negotiate with your history professor to get your D up to a C. I don't know you.
I don't know you.
Who it is? New class, who dis?
Okay. There's an air quality alert here.
Yep.
We're living in a toxic situation. No, it's all the pollen. It's awful.
Guys, get out your bingo cards.
We're whistling.
We're
wheezing.
Ashley's talking pollen.
Guys, I don't know why we live here. I don't know why we live here. It's trying to kill us. It's getting worse by the year. I'm getting older. It's getting worse.
I'm getting older. It's getting worse. The Ashley Engle story.
It's true.
Guys.
Listen.
Forward by pollen. It's.
Listen. Ending by pollen. It's taken me out.
Death by pollen.
I fell asleep with my laptop next to me last night because we had another wild weather night.
Yeah.
Did you even know?
I did.
Thank goodness Crindy texted.
I did
because I didn't even know.
I did because Crindy did text. And
she's making sure we're weather aware always, and I'm grateful. I can always count on it.
She is the supreme, the unsung hero of meteorology in the state.
Totally.
Crindy. And she texted me last night to alert me.
Yeah.
I was in the middle of an office sleepover with Ben.
Yes.
And so
unawares.
Caught me unawares.
I know, me too. I thought it was just supposed to be thunderstorms, but there were some tornadoes on the ground in South OKC.
Some tomatoes. You know, I feel like it's
wild
probably a bad thing how desensitized I am to it.
I know.
And it's because I've lived my whole life in a state where there's an abundance of tornadoes.
Yeah.
But I've always lived in areas where it's primarily like missed. It's dodged them. Like there have been times when it's come through and done some damage, but never quite to the extent of like some of the rural communities, and like Moore's obviously had some bad runs with it. So I've always
Joplin, Missouri.
I've always been close enough to become desensitized, but far enough to not be as fearful.
Right.
And that's how it's going to get me.
Well, I don't know, but last night was weird because it kept changing directions. Like, I think they were kind of surprised at the way it was moving, and it would kind of die down and then it would kick up again. And then it would, they traced it all the way from Texas. So I don't know, guys. It kind of came out of nowhere. We were caught unawares for sure. And it ended up going south of us. Thank goodness. But one crazy thing that happened, Channel 9, David Payne is the lead meteorologist. But last night he was not the lead because it was the weekend.
Is he your meteorologist of choice?
He is these days, yes.
I would say he is these days for me too.
Yeah.
Mike Morgan's got the inclement weather tie.
He's got the
which is pretty great. But I feel like I lean
9
lane. Yeah.
Yeah. His voice is the one that I need to get me through.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But last night we had Lacey is her name. She did a great job.
I don't know that I know Lacey.
Okay, but here's a name you do know, Vel Castor.
Oh yeah.
Storm chaser
extraordinaire. Deluxe.
Yeah. He's been storm chasing for decades.
Yeah. And they keep running.
Yeah.
He keeps catching them.
Yeah. Well, he and his wife, I believe her name is Amy, were storm chasing last night, and their feed was up, and then it just went down. They hydroplaned and flipped their truck.
No, are they okay?
Live on the air. I think they're okay.
Oh my gosh.
I know. It was intense.
Harrowing.
It was harrowing.
Do you think that meteorologists and storm chasers are excited about the Twister sequel, or do they look at it like when an athlete watches a sports movie and they just start picking apart Like they feel like it's a real misrepresentation of
think it's the
what
latter.
you think?
Absolutely.
I wonder.
I know.
I've been visiting
As
with them.
someone who worked in the news,
Okay. Yeah, this is true. Listen,
I
guys,
can tell you
we're
that they
deep with experience. We got this covered. You got questions, we got answers.
we got them. Anyway, I think they do. I think they look at it and go, "That's not how it is." You could never release little birds made of Coke cans up inside there and capture readings.
Now, hold on a minute,
What?
because I bet you could. You know what I like to do?
What's that?
I like to just put a balloon arch out there and just watch
Take it.
Just take it. Take me.
Just got sensors on it.
You take me, but leave me my balloon arch.
Do it.
It's a beautiful balloon arch.
It's brown.
It's brown. Party Galaxy was out.
Makes me think of The Office where Jim and Dwight are in charge
It
of
is
the
your birthday.
and it's just deflated brown.
It's a combination of that and on Brooklyn Nine-Nine, Captain Holt, one of his weird character traits is he is obsessed with making a balloon arch. And he just makes them and he thinks they're gorgeous.
They are beautiful.
And Amy, who's planning an event, can't stand a balloon arch. So she basically puts him in a corner to make his balloon arch. It's like telling the kid who's no good at football, go long, just to get him out of the way.
Yeah. Or the girl who's bad at softball, play right field.
God, that time you hit the ball square into your own face.
I did. At my own nose.
Epic.
Yep.
You know what I'm doing today?
What's that?
Aside from this, baseball stuff.
Is it today?
No, I'm going to go practice.
Okay. Brandon's going to be playing
in a baseball
in
game.
a charity baseball game.
Guys,
let's talk about it.
Let's get ready for the in memoriam episode for both of my knees. It'll be like the Oscars where it's like people we lost this year.
Yeah.
Brandon's left knee.
Yeah. Blown out.
Brandon's right knee.
Blown out.
Brandon's ego.
Blown up.
Brandon's future in the MLB. Tanked.
Listen, for those of you who don't know, Brandon was quite the ball player back in the day.
Yeah.
And he's actually played in another charity baseball game. People accused him of being a ringer.
I was a ringer.
He came in and hit some home runs.
Can I tell you the most awkward moment of my life?
Guys, this is a good story. We didn't plan on it, but go. Take it.
Maybe you've heard of Mark Harmon.
The actor.
Maybe you have a television, 2 eyes, and a heart.
Yep.
Then you know Harms. That's what I call him.
No, you don't.
Yeah. Anyways, so he has
Years ago.
Thanks. He
Long
has a
ago.
charity baseball game, which is wonderful. It raises a lot of money. I believe it's for childhood? It's like for children's cancer research or something. It's like a children's health initiative, which is a wonderful thing that he does every single year.
Yes.
And it's a celebrity baseball game. Yeah. So naturally I got asked to be in it.
Guys, and this was pre-podcast.
And Mark Harmon said, I don't know who you are.
Didn't you get a D in history?
Dude, that's been all over the message boards, the CSI boards or whatever he's on. NCIS. Anyway, it's a celebrity game, so I got asked. And I got all excited. I wasn't far enough removed from baseball that I still kind of had a little something in the tank.
Totally.
I'd
say more.
Not now, but
you might be surprised, Pete.
And you might also.
Right.
In memoriam, Brandon's niece. And so I practiced, got ready. My buddy Gunner and I, he was a college baseball player, so we were like, we're gonna do this thing. We went in there, played, kind of did,
crushed it,
kind of did well.
Crushed it. It was at the Bricktown Ballpark.
I didn't know that Mark Harmon's team always wins this tournament, and I don't know if it's rigged. I don't know if that's just an understanding.
He wouldn't do that.
But
the Harms wouldn't do that.
He would not put us all in harm's way.
No.
I was the last person up. Yep. Bases.
Loaded.
Not loaded. Let's, for the sake of the story, let's say that because that's more fun.
Okay. I was there. I was wrangling a toddler, so.
I get a solid base hit.
Yeah, you did.
Drive in the winning run.
Yeah, you did.
We win the game.
Yeah.
Mark Harmon, incredibly gracious.
Yeah.
Very sweet.
Yeah.
They have informed us before the game there is a post-game meal where all the all-star celebutants get together and talk about the glory days of an hour ago. Yeah. And I walked into that dinner. No one from my team there. Only the other team that we beat. I walked in, and it was as if the record needle scratched, and it got quiet. And from the back of the room, I heard someone yell, "Well, I hope you're proud of yourself." And then I had the most awkward meal with Mark Harmon and company.
And you moonwalked out.
And I said, "I'll see myself out under the brown balloon arch."
And they never invited you back.
They didn't, because they know better.
So what is this game for?
They dug into my transcript and they realized I was underqualified for this event.
1,000%.
It doesn't say celebrity anywhere on here.
That's what I'm saying is pre-pod. Now.
Now there's not enough tickets in the world.
That's what I'm saying.
Sell out.
Crindy's Picklins is the sponsor.
Savannah Bananas.
Yeah.
Here comes Barnden.
Here comes the Crindy's Pickles.
Remember me? I got the game-winning hit 10 years ago, Harmon.
Yeah.
He's got a dartboard with my face on it.
Probably. Wonderful man.
What's this one for? It is a buddy named Bo asked me to play. Michael Trepanier is the one I'm doing baseball stuff with today.
Lovely. Is Michael going to play?
Yeah.
Yes.
And so
that's fun.
yeah, it'll be fun. And it's like a league that they do every year that every time I see it, like people post about it on social media.
Yeah.
And every year I'm like, man, I love these hats and jerseys. They're so cool looking. Nice. And I always want one, but you got to be on the team. So they asked me this year, and it's just like a league. They do it, and it raises money for the Norman Music Festival. That's what it is for.
Well,
so,
tell me when the game is, and I'll come in.
I think it's June 22nd or something. We'll see. I'll keep you posted.
Okay.
Bring ice for my knees.
Yeah.
Bring a gurney for my me.
Yes.
Bring
yes.
a fart machine for every swing I take.
Okay. Absolutely. Thank courtesy of Sweet D.
I swear to you,
Slide
if you yell unhook the trailer when I'm running,
I'm doing it.
At 41 years old,
I'm going to do it.
I'm breaking a brush on your head. It's over for you.
Vindication time.
Vindicate. Now it took all this time.
It's funny that you mention playing in a sporting event. I have a game myself this week.
That you're playing in?
Uh-huh. Soccer.
You're playing soccer? Mm-hmm. Is it Parents First Kids?
Yeah. We're going to lose.
Guys?
Anyway,
in memoriam, Ashley's knees.
I'm not looking forward to it. But my girl wants me to do it, and Jeff's gone. So look who has to play soccer.
Here comes Bird
look who
Bones.
Gets to play soccer.
Here comes Bird Bones up the midfield.
Here she comes.
She's been offside all day.
It's because her arms are so long.
Put you in the goal. Let's make you the keeper. You just spread out.
Maybe I will.
Arms out.
I might request that, actually.
I would love to show up to that. And
I'd be bad at that.
you're taking it way too seriously. Like you've got the keeper's long sleeve shirt on with the elbow pads and the gloves. Yeah. You're like slapping the posts, getting all jacked up.
Yep. And they all whizzing past me.
You got nothing, Hope. You got nothing.
Yeah. No, these girls are pretty good.
I saw a clip you sent the other day, but it was like proper soccer.
They're playing proper soccer. Guys, the Wildcats, I've talked about them before. We've had very good.
Thanks.
Many different names, but they're the division champs. They played their final game on Thursday. I love watching them play so much.
Soccer is fun to watch when it's good soccer.
Yeah, and we're there. When they first started,
it's a mess.
Most of them had never played.
A little bit of a mess at first, but that's anything. A mess
at first, but they have come so far in 5 seasons. They have come to love the game, to love each other, to love and respect their coaches. And here's what I'll say about these gals too. And I owe this to the coaches, one of whom is Coach Jeff. He's very handsome.
It's a different Jeff. It's Jeff Bridges. It's weird. Why is he here?
He's a celebrity coach.
He came to play in Mark Harmon's game. There wasn't room because they got some non-celebrity out here playing. Right. So he's like, I guess I'll just coach little girls' soccer.
So
my shooting schedule's not really full, so I'll just coach this team. I'm very handsome. One side, other Jeff.
So I owe this to the coaches as well, but they are so kind and encouraging to one another. Some of the teams we've played, so mean to each other. So mean to each other. And they just fall apart because they're not playing for one another.
So I had this conversation the other day with Cody, dear friend Cody. He has his son, Hoagie,
It's not
His
real
name is
It
not
should
Hoagie,
be.
but it's what I call him. And it's funny because Cody's wife, Brooke, also a lovely human.
Hi, Brooke.
At first, I
She is
was
lovely.
calling their son Noah Hoagie over and over, and I could tell she was just like, ugh, not into it. But now when she references him to me, she calls him Hoagie.
Yeah, she does.
I've accomplished one thing in my life that I'm proud of, and it's getting Brooke to say Hoagie.
Worn her down.
Yeah.
You're good at that.
Yeah. Well, it's how I've accomplished almost everything.
Right. If only you had a couple more meetings with that professor.
Here's the thing. If everyone I've tried to wear down over my life had just said, I don't know who you are,
I would be nowhere.
I would be in a gutter somewhere. I don't know where I'd be.
Lindsay wouldn't have married you.
Nothing would happen. I'd be unemployed. This podcast would have never gotten off the ground.
Let's be honest, it would still be going
It's
in
still,
the gutter.
This podcast is on the ground. This podcast is grounded.
It would still be
This
going in the
podcast,
gutter.
we've been taxiing for 2 years. We are full-blown tarmac here.
Taxi.
We really have. When's this thing going to take off? Are we cleared? Nope. Anyways, but we were talking about youth sports, youth sports, which is a world that I grew up in.
Yes. You did.
I am not involved in it now because Benny has other interests.
Right.
Like I said, he is a very realized individual and he knows what he loves.
Yeah. And what he doesn't love.
And what he doesn't love. And sports just aren't his thing.
Yeah.
He can do them. He chooses not
You really
to.
can.
He can. But I think it's great. And honestly, if I'm being perfectly honest, I kind of love that he doesn't like to do sports because that
They
means
can
that,
take over.
that I don't have to be out in Coweta on a Sunday.
Right. No shade to Coweta. It's just
But I just don't want to
the
be there.
weekend.
I
Yeah.
don't want to be there.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what I want to be. Sitting. That's it. And so, but Cody was talking about how his kid is in like youth baseball and doing the things. And we were talking about how wild it is to see like grown men get mad about it and like be really, and I get like people get passionate, people get excited. I'm not here to, again, cast aspersions. I'm not. I'm not because I understand that
Stop it.
situations can get the best of people, whatever. But I
Nope,
do
no
think
excuse
it's
in youth sports,
and
none.
what it turned into was talking about how fellas will yell at an umpire.
and ladies.
And this umpire's on Accutane. This kid is just counting down the hours till he gets turned down asking someone to the formal. Like he's just a kid.
Just a kid.
He's making min wage,
I'm telling you,
getting shouted at.
yeah. The ref in our last game couldn't have been older than 14. Could not have been older than 14. The head ref.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not even joking.
That's wild.
He might have been 10. He was so young. So young. I get it. And I'm telling you, I have my little subversive way, and it's my be kind hat.
Your behind hat?
Be kind.
A behind hat is a bustle.
When Asher, I can talk about this now because it's over. When Asher was in the youth football league that he was in,
Sure.
the nonsense
Yeah.
that these parents got into.
Yeah.
I bought a hat in the team colors and it said be kind. And I would wear it as my form of silent protest. And I would sit quietly with it on. And nobody noticed.
You really stuck it to him, didn't you?
Nobody noticed.
You really stuck it to him.
But it made me feel a little bit better.
Sure.
And
you
I
know
would
what?
sit far away
Guys-
because I can't. Guys, I can't.
Guys, here's the thing.
Nothing is worth humiliating your child, your spouse, the team, your family. Nothing is worse. Stop it.
Be kind.
Be kind.
Guys, here's a hat. I'm wearing it.
Guys,
Silent,
I can't with it.
but deadly. Guys,
Anyway,
the pastor really stuck it to him
she did.
in her be kind hat.
I did it.
Well, I mean,
Silent protest. No one noticed.
I think
it
that
didn't change a thing.
the thing about it that just confuses me. Yes, I agree with everything that you just said. It's not worth it. All that it's
You embarrass yourself. You embarrass your family.
But the thing that I find so bizarre about it is I cannot imagine myself getting that worked up about something that really, I mean, it's not the majors.
Sure. And again, like you said, in the moment, you get excited, you get angry, but taking it out on the ref, on a player, on your child.
The primary,
okay.
so the primary point of youth sports for for a fraction of the people playing, they will go on to play collegiate, and they will go to play pro.
Yes.
Tiny percentage.
Right.
The rest of it,
Yeah.
character building,
Totally.
team building,
Yep.
lesson learning, friend making.
Yep.
That's the activity.
Confidence building.
And so for me, I don't need to be hollering at you
No.
because you didn't have a good at bat. As long as you're doing the thing and being respectful in the thing. Here's one thing that I will do. I will give some flowers to our parents.
Yeah.
Because HB,
Yeah.
mega baseball fan,
Mega.
sports fanatic.
Yep.
But he was that that good balance of like encouraging with the game,
Yep.
teaching me how to play the sport,
Yep.
but never being that extreme. Like, you know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Like
Right.
he was great and encouraging with the game piece, but he understood that the focus was more on the lesson learning and the life lessons and all that stuff. And Crindy was the same.
Absolutely.
So I feel like
and they would cheer loud and get riled up at the appropriate moments.
yeah, but it was very, I am the beneficiary of having a positive experience with it because
Right.
it was encouragement,
Yes.
growth,
Challenge.
all that stuff. But none of the
Right.
grody
I know.
ness around it.
I know.
Yeah.
It is heartbreaking when you see parents berate their children. I can't with it. Nothing is worth that.
I only do it when I'm shopping. If I'm at a Walmart,
Okay.
I'll berate my kid.
Stop.
Sit down in the cart.
You will absolutely not.
Finish these Oreos before we get out of here and they're free.
Stop it. Okay, hard pivot. But I want to talk about this because this was such a beautiful day I had this week, and I want to mark this in time. I had such a special day last week with my girl, Katie. A very special day.
Katie? Like Katie?
Katie.
Oh.
So
I'm calling it out again because she thanked me for saying it. The one true Thunder fan.
I know.
Ride or die.
she was.
Tough week for her because we almost got through
1 point.
1 point. But again,
Heartbreaker.
I will forever shout her out as the true Thunder fan.
Yeah, she deserves that credit. So we had a really special day. She and I worked together at the church.
Wait, what? You work at a church?
Okay, she is the director.
Is there a title associated with that?
She's the director of our missions and our youth group.
Yes.
Youth pastor. So she and I started our day going to a really special place called City Care.
Oh, okay.
And they do several programs in Oklahoma City. The first one is a night shelter, the only night shelter in OKC. No, that's not correct. The only...
God, you just got us canceled.
No, they...
Speaking out of turn.
Okay. Well, they operate an incredible night shelter. But another thing that I wasn't as familiar with is they own a housing facility for people who are transitioning out of homelessness.
Okay.
So we went to this particular facility. They have, I think it was 60 units, studio apartments in this facility for people who are transitioning out.
Sure.
People may stay there as long as they would like. They have a beautiful dining room with a professional chef where they have a gourmet meal made for them once a day. They have all these activities. There was a yoga class happening while we were there. People were walking, exercising. They have a beautiful courtyard.
Sure.
It was just the most incredible facility that I didn't even know about.
Yeah, that's super cool.
Right? And not only do they have the studio apartments, they also have purchased several homes and townhomes throughout the city to house families and couples. And
That's great.
it's amazing.
You know what I like about that is I feel like there are levels to, so like if someone is if they're the homeless population or the unhoused population or however you want to put it,
Right.
I feel like there are different levels to how you can help and support. And like, there's the very, very, very basic human needs of like food, shelter, things like that.
And that's the night shelter.
Right. But then this other feels like it helps restore like the humanity.
Dignity.
Right. And I think that's super, super, super necessary because I feel like there can be a sense of hopelessness around that. But if you can help to like restore that,
Right.
That's huge.
Just help people get on their feet.
Yeah.
And what I love about it too, it's not just the place to live. There's a support staff there.
Sure.
To help counsel, financial counseling,
Yeah.
and job finding, and all of that. Those
That's
very
great.
essential. It's amazing.
I love that.
So the reason we went there is because one of our small groups at the church has a missional focus, and they've got together these welcome home baskets
Okay.
for people who move into those studio apartments. And it's just stuff you need, like when you're
Sure.
setting up a home. So that was really special. Then, and I've got to be careful in the way that I talk about this because I can't give too much information, but then we went and met with a family who recently moved to Oklahoma City from another country. They hold refugee status.
Okay.
And I can't say any more
That's
about
it?
that.
Sure.
But
Don't say anything that you're going to have. I will not be editing.
I'm not going to edit.
Don't you dare.
No. But Katie has a lot of training, and she has worked with their particular people group before.
Okay.
So she really kind of gave me like a cultural sensitivity and a primer of how to interact with them, right?
Yeah.
Let me say this. They were the most hospitable, the most lovely, precious family. They welcomed us. They made us the special tea and served us food. And meanwhile, having just moved in the night before, they were completely at loose ends.
Yeah.
Still the most hospitable experience I've had in a long time.
I love that.
It was so beautiful.
Do you know what and this is not a hard pivot. It's somewhat of a pivot, but it's on the same subject. You know, one of my favorite things is when you can go, whatever the culture is. I always loved going to like friends growing up, houses
Yeah.
that were of a different culture,
Yeah.
right? Like if I had a friend who was of Indian descent and going over there and having like an Indian meal in there and like experiencing their culture through that.
Yeah.
Favorite thing ever.
Best thing.
It was like my little mini Anthony Bourdain experience, but just
Incredible.
but just down the street.
Right.
I love it. I love that. And I think that's cool because
Yeah.
you benefited from experiencing their culture and getting to know them. But I guarantee you they loved doing that because they love sharing their culture with other people as well.
Right.
I think that's great. I love that.
Well, it was just such an incredible opportunity and such a reminder that there are people, you know, as Katie says, like the nations are here.
Yeah.
Like so many people think, well, how do I connect with people in other countries and how do I help and serve? And the nations are here.
Every time I try to connect with someone from any culture, they just say, I don't know who you are.
I don't know you.
I don't know who you are. See yourself out.
Do yourself out.
Every culture has a balloon arch that you can walk out under.
True. But it also makes me keenly aware of just how, you know, people always say, oh, like, you know, and I want to be careful how I talk about this too, because, you know, the United States, the land of opportunity, but also keenly aware of how difficult it is for people who don't have a frame of reference to come here
Right.
and set up a life.
Sure.
How many barriers and how difficult it is. And so I'm hoping that I can maybe help be like I don't know, like a bridge or a conduit or something that can help
Yeah.
with needs that they might have. But I just feel so grateful. And it just has me thinking so much more about how I can be a resource to this people. But it was just the most special day. At the end of that day, I thought, man, what a great day.
That's cool.
Just feeling poured out in the best kind of way.
Sure.
And the power of human connection, right? Gosh, what a great day.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It was fantastic.
I'm looking for a way to make fun of you about it, but I can't because it's just
Can't do
it's so great. You've done it. You've found something that I can't mock you for.
Thank you.
Hey,
It's taken 102,
I was about to say it's taken 2 years.
but we're here. Another
2
cool
years
thing-
on top of the previous
Right,
30.
right.
30.
I also want to tell 30. I also want to tell another reason why that day was so special. I taught at Hope School in a program called Imagination Express.
It's awesome.
Choo-choo.
I love the name. I'm not here for it.
It's art. So you know it's right up my alley.
Sure.
Speaking of, you know,
Go ahead. No. Yeah, let's hear it. Let's hear that imagination. All aboard. All aboard the Imagination Express, where we don't know how to make wordy words with our talkie talks. Guys, imagine this with me for a second. Toot, toot, beep, beep. Punch your ticket. Here we go, guys. It's the Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus. Guys,
No.
Imagination Express, but Polar Express style where everything's just a little bit wonky.
It's a little bit creepy. And here I come.
Uncanny Valley face. Here comes Ashley.
No, but what I'm saying, I think this is another reason why this day was so great, because I connected with something that I truly love that I don't interact with often, which is art, right? You know, I went to school for a really long time to get that art history degree. Don't use it very often these days.
Literally, one of the worst experiences of my life was helping you study those flashcards that one time. I talk about a trauma dream that I wake up from screaming once a week. My sleep paralysis demon is you with those cards.
Stop it.
Brandon, what's this one? They were all just bloody people. It was all just someone
I don't
getting.
remember what era that was.
It
Could have been any of them.
dude, whatever era
Probably
it was,
German.
keep it off the tour.
Yeah.
Because I'll tell you this,
Yeah.
I'm terrified of all of it.
Yeah. Well, so I got to teach about Frida Kahlo. Talk about
A
trauma.
unibrow. Oh. Dude, good artist. Elite eyebrows.
And she did that on purpose. She exaggerated that on purpose. She was a boundary crosser.
We're talking about it.
Also, a little mustache.
Dude.
She did that to blur the lines between masculine and feminine,
I love it.
androgyny. Okay, but here's the thing about Frida Kahlo. What a fascinating character. She started painting because she was in a horrific bus accident at age 18.
Okay.
Metal pole went
Oh.
through her pelvis.
Wow.
In her life, she endured 32 surgeries, many of them botched.
I was about to say, not at a time when.
You want people cutting you open.
No, not good medicine.
No. So the reason she started painting to aid in her physical and mental and
Yeah,
spiritual healing, her
sure.
family propped her up in the bed and brought her canvases.
Wow.
So if you look at her paintings, they're surrealist, dreamlike,
Sure.
and you can find little clues in there that show just how horrifically painful her life was, how much pain she was in. Born with spina bifida,
Yikes.
contracted polio, horrific bus accident, 32 surgeries, died at 47.
That's
Tortured artist.
a lot. I did not know. Listen, guys,
know.
I didn't know all of this.
Imagination Express.
Seriously, all aboard.
Anyway, fascinating. Okay, I had a lot of other things to talk about.
No,
Harrison
you
sang at the Edmond North graduation the other night. Really quick, because I know we're running out of time. Here's the future of sky illumination drones. Get out of here, fireworks.
Oh, you drones are the ticket.
Drone show. I didn't go to it.
Drone show.
It's probably cheaper in the long run.
That's probably better for the environment.
Exactly.
Yeah.
More precise.
Yeah.
They had the Edmond North logo, a husky face, class of 2024.
How many drones did they have handy?
Lots of them.
That's crazy.
It was incredible. Anyway, they do it up big. Okay. What else do I want to talk about? I'm going to have to save all this to the future. Have you cooked anything good lately? I want to give you an update on my cottage cheese journey.
I made ribs. That's the best. What's the network Lifetime, or like what's the network that has like those shows that are just like random, like My Weird Habit or whatever? My Cottage Cheese Journey.
Yeah.
It'll get one season,
I'm going to be the star.
and that's it.
And then I can D myself out.
I made
Wasn't.
some ribs yesterday, but that's pretty common.
Yeah.
I was mocked by Lindsay for eating eggs every meal for like 12 meals straight.
Yeah.
So
That's not surprising.
no, it's really not. What I'm saying is I'm not on a cottage cheese journey.
I saw a thing that you can make them into tortillas. You put it in the air fryer
Cottage
on like
cheeses?
parchment paper.
Cottage cheese?
Yeah, you can put them in there.
And you just kind of dehydrate it?
That's it.
Wild.
I'm going to try it this
Yeah,
week.
please do it and tell me about that because I would like to do that.
Yeah. Artichokes are in season. I'm making those tonight. Anyway, how's your algorithm?
There's a guy named Dr. Dew who makes different mixtures of Mountain Dew.
Okay,
That's it.
that's it.
And he opens up every video by going, "Hey, you want to know something? All right." And then he makes the Mountain Dew.
Maybe I don't.
I like to watch him do that.
Didn't give me time to answer.
Yeah, dude. It's the Mitch Hedberg bit where he goes, a guy came to me and said, you know what I like? Mashed potatoes. And I was like, dude, you got to give me time to guess. Let's just say that for now, because I've been I'm not great about it right now.
Okay. Speaking of art, old paintings with funny word bubbles and
Sure.
and I'm into that. I think I'd be good at that. I'm out of here on this pod and I'm going to start that account. Okay. What you been watching, reading, or listening to?
Listening to that band Splain. I listened to a whole one about Insane Clown Posse. I listened to a whole one about
Your favorite.
I'm listening to one about I listened to Alice in Chains. Fascinating. I'm listening to Smashing Pumpkins. I do not like Smashing Pumpkins,
don't.
but I am
Never
enjoying learning about them.
Okay.
Fascinating. I listened to I think it was Duke Ellington and Ella Fitzgerald record that Weiser sent me. It was wonderful.
Beautiful.
What have I been? Oh, you know what I watched yesterday that I'm gonna use as mine? I'm okay. SNL to me is not kind of in a great period right now.
not
they're
watching it
all great.
currently.
Watched the season 49 finale. Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah.
He killed it.
Did he?
He was a great host.
Okay.
I was pleasantly surprised by
I
Jake
saw
Gyllenhaal.
that he was the host, and I might have to watch that.
It was great. It's worth a watch. It's a good one. What about you?
Nice. We finally finished Yellowstone. It's been years in the making. A couple days ago, finally finished it.
Cool.
I mean, there's more to come, but finished everything that's out there.
Cool.
There's a big debacle about Kevin Costner's contract on that show, and I've been doing a deep dive.
Kevin Costner's contract.
First of all, he was made to play John Dutton. He was made for that role, made for it. He's so believable. And so I'm not sure how they're going to proceed now. I don't think they can do the show without him, at least in the immediate future.
They'll do like a Marvel universe
Spinoffs.
thing. The Costner verse.
The Costner.
Yellowstone Costner verse.
They might.
He's over here with Doctor Strange going through portals and stuff.
On a horse.
Here comes Frida Kahlo through the balloon arch.
Yeah, she is. But I'm just not sure everybody's going to survive. I'm not sure they're going to survive.
That's, guys, the Ashley Engle story.
It's been a journey, a years-long journey with Yellowstone, but we're finally caught up. Man, it's getting ugly. Not everyone's going to survive. Okay, I want to plug again your show, just in case people haven't purchased tickets to your album release show
Please
on June
buy
1st.
them.
Beer City Music Hall, Oklahoma City. You can buy them on the website.
Please do it.
It's going to be such a fun night,
So
guys.
fun.
We're so excited about it. I also want to give a shout out to Harry B, whose
Yes.
birthday will come up at the end of this week.
Yes.
So happy birthday, Dad.
Happy birthday,
we love you
Dad.
so much.
Yes, we do. We
Can't
love
wait
you,
to
Dad.
celebrate you. We love you, Dad.
We love you, Dad. And he says, I don't know who you are.
We're excited to celebrate you and you and Mom's anniversary, Big Annie.
Absolutely.
This coming weekend.
Balloon arch coming your way.
Guys, he's going to recycle it from the clap out.
No, this one's going to be like yellow.
Oh, cheery.
Yep.
Anyway. Okay, guys, if you haven't left us ratings and reviews, please do so. They're the gift that keeps giving and they help us so much. What is your warm heart?
Benny made I'm so proud of him. He made he built a video game from scratch.
Whoa.
And I played it the other day. It was so cool. I was just so proud of him. It was really cool to see. So
Coder extraordinaire.
no doubt.
That's like magic to me. I don't understand.
it's wild.
It. Wow. Mine is some special time in the car that I had with Asher. We drove up to the lake for a quick one night stay, and he and I just chatted the whole time. I don't get that much time with my middleman, just him and I chatting, and it was such a delight.
I love it.
I love him so much. Okay, there you go.
I love him so much. Okay, thanks, guys. Cold hands, warm hearts.
Happy birthday, Dad.
Balloon arches for everyone.